Hi, Bailey. How are you doing today?
Good.
Good. So as you know, our school has decided to implement the Zahner-Blauser handwriting curriculum program in response to the increasing number of OT referrals for handwriting-related issues. And since you'll be working with our students directly, I thought that I should go over this with you today, okay? So I'm just going to kind of go over the manuals with you, introduce you to all the supporting materials. But first, I want to show you the website that they have. On here, there's all kinds of great resources for you. But what I wanted to point out is all the research that they have on why teaching handwriting in the schools is so important. So it's not just a fine motor skill. It helps to not only improve their legibility, but it's also going to help them later in their reading and math. And research shows that the earlier we address handwriting skills, the better academic achievements they will have later in life. And that by incorporating handwriting practice into everyday course curriculum, it's going to help students be more fluent and automatic. So it'll kind of free their mind from thinking about the task of handwriting and let them shift their attention to maybe what the teacher is saying or, what they're learning about in a video or something like that. Okay, so just so you're aware of that. Okay. So now I'm going to teach you or introduce you to the manuals that they have. So this is the student manual. Every student will get one of these. Okay. But this is really what you're going to be going off of, which is the teacher's manual. So there's 4 units. The first unit is getting started, and that's when it's really just going to introduce them to the foundational skills of handwriting. There's a pretest right here, so you should administer that before they even start the program. Okay. The second unit is writing numerals. That's just going to get them writing numbers 1 through 20. So it all kind of just builds on each other. Okay. The third unit is writing letters and words. So that's just going to get them writing their uppercase and lowercase letters. And then the fourth unit, that's using what you have learned. So that's when they're just going to kind of put it all together. Okay. And there's also a post test at the end of this. Okay, so let me just show you what a typical lesson looks like. Okay. And
do these pages correspond to the book?
Yeah, they do. So I'll show you that in a second. So each unit takes like 15 minutes to complete, and it has a 3-step model that's consistent throughout, which makes it really easy to use. So in the modeling section, that's just how you're going to teach the skill to the student, and it tells you what pages to refer to in the student manual. Oh, so like this says 10 and 11, so you flip to 10 and 11. So it's very self-explanatory and just tells you exactly what you need to do. The second step is practice, so that's when the students are going to be given the time to practice the skill. Kind of gives you guidelines for teaching it to them as well. Step 3 is the evaluation stage, and it's more about teaching the student to evaluate themselves rather than you evaluating them. Mm-hmm. So it just gives you a lot of prompting questions to kind of teach the kids how to self-evaluate themselves. There's also a lot of supporting materials all around. Mm-hmm. So there's an objective section, which is in every lesson, and it kind of just guides you and tells you what's the goal of this lesson today. After this goal, what should the students be able to do? Okay. And then there's also tips from the occupational therapist, and this just is different fine and gross motor activities that you can do with the students that might be struggling with this area, or just help to supplement it. And there's also a section for English language learners, because people that are learning the English language are just going to struggle even more with handwriting. So it kind of gives you some tips on that. Okay. So I'm going to leave this with you. Okay. And let you look through it. And also that student manual. And then your big box. It's Christmas.
And what all's in here?
There is. So a lot of the activities have supplemental materials that go along with them. They're not required on some of them, but they're just going to kind of help. And the manual talks about them also. Okay.
So just activities to use with kids that are kind of struggling.
Yeah, or just another way, because all kids learn different, so it's really just another way to enforce the materials that are being learned. And if you have any questions or anything like that, just email me or call me, or I'll be in the building all this week helping people get oriented to the program.
Okay, great.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.